everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So today, in the midst of projects that my husband's doing in the house, I'm going to try to do some meal prep, and I'm sure that you've all been in that same situation. He is redoing our bedroom right now, so I'm super excited, but I'm going to try to sneak in little bits and pieces of meal prep today. So I'm sure it's going to be short. I'm only going to get a couple of things done. But it's been a while since I've done this, so I thought I would just kind of chit-chat with you, take you along with what I'm doing today, and hopefully be able to kind of give you some tips and tricks along the way. So if you like these types of videos, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and measure out some brown rice, and I'm going to get that into my rice cooker because that takes probably about, 40-45 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water. I am going to rinse the rice first. A little bit more. That looks about right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this rinsed, and then I'm going to get 4 cups of water. I'm going to pour it in, and then we will see what's next. Okay, so one of the things I love about my rice cooker is I just shut the thing. I guess I have to turn it on first. I hit brown rice, and that's it. Now it'll cook, and when it's done, it automatically shuts off. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I rinsed my grapes. They've been soaking for a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull it off the stems. And I like doing this because of the fact that it just, at least they're done. I don't have all these stems poking out, and I can package them up really easy. So what I like to do is package these into 1 cup containers, and then I can just grab and go. And that's, that's one of the things that I like about meal prepping is having everything ready just to grab and go. So I'm going to go ahead and get these done. And again, it's going to be little snippets today. My husband's going in and out. He's got the saw going out there. So I'm going to work around him, but I've been trying to get back to doing the videos. I do meal prep almost every single week, but I've just not been filming it. And I was told by a couple of my members this week that it didn't matter if I prepped or even if I prepped new stuff all the time, that just showing how I prep and what I prep and what I'm doing during the week and talking about what my meal plans are helps. It just helps to see, I guess leading by example, maybe. Maybe that's it. But I just hadn't thought of it that way. I thought since I'm doing sometimes I'm doing the same things, that who wants to see that? So I guess maybe you do. So I'm going to try to get back to getting this done more often. I will incorporate new things in like I always do, but we'll see where today takes me, see how much I can get done. All right, these are done. I'm going to go ahead and start packaging these out. So I'll show you a picture or a little snippet after I've got them packaged up. Okay, so that gives me 6 days worth of grapes. Those are 1 cup containers, so I'm going to throw lids on those, and we'll see what's next. Do you hear the staple gun? I'm so excited. I popped the top open and started stirring it and forgot to show you. So here is my rice. It's nice, cooked, ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let that cool down just a bit. And then we'll switch gears and we will start making my chicken fried rice. So I'm so excited. I love my chicken fried rice. I haven't made it in a long time. So I was super happy that I remembered to add this one to my list this week. So hang tight. Okay, so we had chicken tacos this week. And I have 6.2, 6.3 ounces. It keeps bouncing between the 2 weights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use this and whip up a half a batch of buffalo chicken dip, just so that I have something different to snack on during the week. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. And my buffalo chicken dip is 1 SmartPoint on the purple plan. I'll have to think about that for a moment. It was a 1 SmartPoint on the blue plan too. Not exactly sure how many points it'll be on the green plan. What I'll do is I'll link the recipe, the recipe video in the comments so that you can find that easily. And then if you're doing the green plan, you can easily just kind of go ahead and put this into your recipe builder and calculate this one to see how many points it'll be. But 1 point on green, 1 point on blue. 1 point blue, 1 point purple. Not sure on the green, because the green you would have to count the chicken and everything else. So maybe 2, maybe 3 on green, I would like to guess. But I'm gonna go ahead and get my ingredients out, and then I'll come back and we'll whip this up together. Okay, so what I have here is I have some fat-free cream cheese that I just opened. I have some powdered ranch seasoning. I have some Frank's Red Hot wing sauce. And of course my 6 ounces of chicken. Now to our bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and add half the package of cream cheese. And again, I'm only making a half a batch, so I'm only using 4 ounces of cream cheese versus the entire 8. I'm gonna go ahead and use a fork, and I'm just gonna start to try to, I don't know, cream this a little bit. Now, if you need yours softened a little bit more, you can always throw it in the microwave for 15 seconds, but this is pretty soft. I just have to get it, you know, a little more workable here. All right, that's pretty good. So the next thing I like to do is go ahead and add in the hot sauce, and I'm gonna add in 1/4 cup of that. Okay, this is a brand new bottle, so I just had to get that packaging off, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in. Again, 1/4 cup of that. And I'm not like hugely loving super spicy things, so 1/4 cup is plenty spicy enough for me. Sometimes it's a little too spicy, but bonus, you drink lots of water when you're eating this, so that's always a plus. Anything that'll help you get your water in during the day, it's not a bad thing. All right. Just trying to get that combined here a little bit. All right, we're good there. I'm gonna go ahead and pour in 1 tablespoon of that ranch powder. And I just buy mine in a big container because I use it for so many different recipes. It's easier for me just to have it on hand that way. All right, we're gonna mix that in. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken. We're gonna stir that to combine. And then I'm gonna pop this in the microwave. Sorry about that. I'm gonna pop it in the microwave just to get everything heated through, get it to combine real well. And then that cream cheese just seems to melt right into the chicken that way. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave. I don't think it's really gonna look much different. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna pop this in the microwave, and then I'm gonna let it, I know it's funny, I gotta pop it in the microwave, then I have to let it cool. But that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this put away, and then I think I'm gonna throw some eggs in my Instant Pot because I haven't had boiled eggs in a few weeks, and that just sounds really good. So I'm gonna turn that around, get this cleaned up, and then we will go ahead and get those in the Instant Pot. Okay, I guess it does look a little bit different. All those little lumps that we had in there before with the cream cheese that hadn't fully incorporated and combined, they're all set now. So this is the look and the consistency that I wanted to go for. So once this cools down, I'll package this up into small containers, and then I'll be able to enjoy this throughout the week. So, okay, so let me grab my Instant Pot, and we will jump over there and get those eggs going so that I can start making my fried rice next. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is pour, I don't know, cup and a half of water in there. You need at least 1 cup. And then I'm going to place in my little basket here. Gonna pop in some eggs. And it really doesn't matter how many eggs you throw in here. You can have in 3 eggs, or you can have in 24. They're all gonna cook for the same amount of time, and they'll all come out perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop the lid on. And then I'm going to set this on high pressure for 5 minutes. And then we're gonna let it do its thing. So what I do is I let it cook for 5 minutes on high. Hold on a second. There. So I let it cook for 5 minutes on high. I make sure it's on sealing. And then I let it sit for 5 minutes when the cook time's over, and then I dump it into either an ice bath or some really cold water. And they call that the 5-5-5 method. I'm not sure who made that up or who invented it, but it works perfect for me. So I'm going to go ahead and let these get started, and then I'm going to turn around and we're going to go ahead and cook our ground chicken for my fried rice. It's a little frozen. I almost want to just cook it in my Instant Pot, but we're just going to throw it on the stove and with some water, and I'll show you. Let's go over there. Okay, so I have my rock pan out here. You guys know I love this. If you've been watching me for a while, you know this is my favorite cookware. I have, like I said, it's frozen. So I've got a block of frozen ground chicken here. I don't know how else to explain that. And then I'm going to grab some water. And this is a little trick that I learned when I first got married, just to pour some water in the pan, and we're just going to let that cook. So you're kind of like parboiling it, I guess. But I'll probably throw some salt and pepper on there. That we're just going to go ahead and let that start cooking. It's going to thaw, and then we will come back as soon as that's ready. Okay, I've got our eggs out of our Instant Pot. I've got them in a bowl. I've got cold water running over them. Gonna let those sit in here till they cool down, and then I'll show you how easily they peel if you've not seen me do these before, but I'm telling you, the Instant Pot saves you so much time and really saves you a bunch of eggs, because I used to peel half mine away. So stay tuned for that, and let's go make our fried rice. Okay, so I just drained our ground chicken. It's sitting in the sink. So I'm just gonna throw some cooking spray into our pan. And then we're gonna start making our fried rice. Now what I like to do is I like to get everything heated through. I went ahead and I have some peas and carrots. So I went ahead and put those in the microwave just to kind of, maybe for 3 minutes, not the full steaming of them. And then in my freezer, when I was looking for those, I found these green peas. Sorry, they're hot. They're burning my hand. So they were already open, so I just went ahead and we're gonna throw those in there too, just for extras. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get our peas and carrots and then our peas into the pan and get those heating through. And I like throwing extra veggies into my fried rice. I just think the more veggies, the better. I don't know about you, but that's my preference. Now, typically I would only put one package in there. It's about 12 ounces. A couple of cups of veggies will do this just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on. Gonna throw those off to the side, and we're gonna go ahead and get our garlic in. And we're gonna use probably, I don't know, a heaping teaspoon of garlic. And I always buy my garlic in this big jar just because it's easier to have on hand. And believe it or not, I don't use a lot of garlic. So the first time I went through an entire jar of this, I'm just gonna use this much. Can you guys see that? It's a nice big heaping teaspoon. The first time I went through an entire jar of that, I was shocked because I just don't use that much garlic. So to me, that was kind of a shocker that I would actually go through that much. But when you're learning new recipes, and a lot of the recipes call for garlic and onions, and you know, you get it. So, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and let that start heating through. I should have got that pot a little hotter before I got started, but I didn't. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a towel underneath our lid because there's water. The condensation from the lid is kind of going across the stove, so I want to get that off there so it doesn't interfere with my burner. All right, so I'm gonna cut out and I'm gonna cut back once that gets going so that I don't bore you, so hang tight. Okay, that's a little better. So we're just gonna go ahead and just saute our garlic here just for a second. And do I know why? Nope, I just know that that's what they say. They say that you should saute it a little bit just to kind of get the raw taste out, I guess is what we're doing. So that looks good. So we're just going to go ahead and incorporate that right into our veggies. That looks pretty good. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in approximately 3 cups of that brown rice that I showed you earlier. And I love that the brown rice is 0 smart points on the purple plan. I don't know if you guys are loving that too, but I am totally loving that. Now, if I was still on the blue plan, I would be paying 6 points per cup for the rice. And what I did, I mean, somebody asked me the other day what made me go on the purple plan, and honestly, most of the foods that I eat on a daily basis were part of that 300 0-point foods list. So rather than me trying to figure out, you know, how to use up my blue plan points per day, it's just easier because we do eat rice a couple times a week. We do eat pasta at least 1 time a week. I'm trying to incorporate more couscous and quinoa into our diets. So all that really helps. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 2 eggs. You know what, I'm going to wait before I do that. I'm going to go ahead and add in my soy sauce and my sesame oil. So I have a light soy sauce here. And then I have this sesame oil, which is starting to get low. Look at that. I'm going to have to get some more of that. So I'm going to do a 1/2 tablespoon of sesame oil. Just going to throw that in there. Try to sprinkle that all around. Don't know if that's necessary, but it sounds good. And then I'm going to throw in 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Probably would have been easier if I'd have pulled the top off, but it's going to take a couple extra seconds here. All right, got that in. Going to give that a quick little stir. And let me know in the comments if you make your own fried rice too. Now, normally when I make this, I do half brown rice, half cauliflower, or sometimes I'll do all cauliflower, but I really prefer it this way. This is, you know, I like it with just the plain rice. I was eating it with the cauliflower just to kind of cut down on the points. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I've got 2 eggs here. I'm just going to go ahead and scramble these eggs so that I can incorporate those in there. And then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in our chicken that we did earlier. I'm just going to go ahead and get this sauteed. Hopefully you're getting a good, yeah, you're getting a good view of that. I pulled my old tripod back out so that I could get you some over-the-top views, because I was referring back to, somebody had asked me a question about one of my old videos, and it was one of the videos that I had done this angle on, and I really liked it a lot. So I'm going to try to use this angle a little bit more, just, I don't know, because I like it. I think it's got a good visual for you. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and incorporate these 2 eggs. And normally I would do 1 egg, but I was going to make a larger batch, so I thought the 2 would just be a better proportion with the amount of stuff that I'm throwing in this. All right, last thing, let me grab that chicken. And we'll pop that in there next. And had I had leftover chicken, I would have just cubed some chicken. But since I didn't, and I really wanted to have this for lunches this week, I thought it was just easier just to go ahead and brown up a package of that ground chicken. Okay, I'm not sure if this is going to be 0 or 1 smart point. I'll go ahead and put that here so that you can see that. I'll calculate it after we're done, but I'll make sure that it's in. Just if I'll kind of show it on the bottom of the screen just a second ago. You should still see it. So, all right, so that's it. Our chicken fried rice is done. Doesn't it look delicious? I'm so excited. Hold on, I'll see if I can get you better look here. Oops, a little shaky. Look at that. Delicious, right? All right, so let me see what's next. I only have a couple more things left on my list that I want to get done. So this was a very successful meal prep day, so hang tight. Okay, so I have an egg. Just gonna crack it here. So I just cracked it on the side of my sink. Watch this. Ta-da! Perfect egg. That's why I love doing these. Well, I gotta get a bowl. And I'll show you one more. Alright. So I'll crack it here. Just so you can see I wasn't doing any fancy tricks. Ready? Watch. Ta-da! Makes me so excited. Telling you, I was like the worst egg peeler ever until I got my Instant Pot. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of these peeled and then I will come back. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw together a batch of cranberry bars. I'm gonna do my overnight oats off camera because you've seen me do those a million times. And if you're interested in the overnight oats that I do, I have an entire playlist of those for you. So I'll try to remember to put that in the comments below as well so that you can, description, not comments, but I'll try to put it there so you can find it easily. So what you see in front of you are the cranberry bars. Again, I'll link all the recipes that I have, or all the videos that I have so that you can refer back to the other videos. But what I have in front of you are the ingredients for my cranberry bars. I did these a couple of weeks ago and I'm telling you, I'm still enjoying these. They are so good. Now the only thing that I'm doing different now than I did in my original video is I'm doing half and half self-rising, half all-purpose flour. Other than that, it's the exact same ingredients. So we've got some in this bowl. I've got some eggs, applesauce, and some vanilla extract. And here I have my flour, and then of course my cranberries here. And the only thing extra that we have to add in is our Truvia. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my wet with my dry. Yep, that's what I need to do. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add this in. Hopefully this isn't too loud. There. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stir this up. I've got my oven preheated at 350 degrees already. And I really like how easy these bars are to pull together. And again, if you're looking just for something to kind of have at night with a cup of tea, these are perfect for that. I mean, just perfect. All right, so we've got that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and do my Truvia. I need a half cup of Truvia. Do I have a half cup measuring cup out? No. Wouldn't be true Kim fashion if I did, would it? All right, so I'm just using this Truvia baking blend. I'm gonna do a half cup of this. And normally I would put walnuts in here. I just didn't feel like pulling the walnuts out and chopping them, so we're just gonna do this batch without walnuts. So we're gonna pop that in there. And then we're gonna pop in our cranberries. And these are fresh cranberries. And I'm sure you could put any type of fruit that you wanted in here. But I'm gonna make sure I have these drained. But the tartness of the cranberries really just makes this pop. It's so good. All right, so I'm gonna get these incorporated in the batter here real quick. And don't worry about chopping these. If you haven't seen the video already of me making these, don't worry about chopping these because they'll burst when they heat in the oven. So there's really no need to take the extra time to do that. All right, so I have an 8x8 baking dish, sprayed with cooking spray. Just gonna go ahead and get that batter. This bowl's kind of heavy. All right. So I've got that done. Gonna go ahead and set that off to the side. Kind of stir this around a little bit. Gonna get this in the oven. This is gonna bake for 45 minutes. When this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and get these cut, and then I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and be happy with all the hard work that I did today. And I think I'm going to eat a bar, have my cup of tea, and watch a Hallmark movie later, because that's always the best thing to do at this time of year. All right, so I'm going to just sign off here. I'll put a picture at the end of the video of the bars just so you can see those. And again, don't forget to give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked what you saw today. Please, if you have questions or if you have comments or anything, put those below. I love hearing from all of you. And with that said, signing off, have a great night, and thanks for watching.